hey, we're about to see 3 billboards out of Ebbing, Missouri. This is our little intro right before we go see it, so we haven't seen it yet. We're going to be back right after the intro. After we saw it, we just watched the trailer. What do you think? You think you're going to like this movie?
Martin McDonagh.
Martin McDonagh directed this. He directed In Bruges and Seven Psychopaths, which I think Seven Psychopaths is super underrated.
Yeah.
I think In Bruges is rated
for
as
those
it
of you
is.
familiar with his theater work, he also wrote The Lieutenant of Inishmore, the Beheading in Spokane, and The Pillowman, and
we can suck his dick during the review.
Cripple of Inishmore.
But because of him and because of the cast, I'm really excited. I actually have pretty high expectations. I think I'm probably going to be going over a 7.5.
Yeah, I'm expecting about a 7 for sure. It has a very Coen Brothers vibe to it, not just because of Frances McDormand.
Yeah.
It's also the random violence in the trailer where things are punctuated with some.
Also, a red band trailer for a drama, I'm always in for. Whenever they need to say fucking cunt during the trailer. Okay, we'll see you guys in a minute, and it will take a couple hours for us, but it will be a couple minutes for you. Bye! And we're back! Hello, the internet. We just went and saw 3 billboards out of Ebbing, Missouri, and we're here to talk about it. Let's get through this really quick. This is completely unscripted. This is barely edited. We're drinking beer. It's unprofessional movie reviews. We unprofessionally will review this. It's like we just went and watched it, and we're going to sit down and talk to you with it. None of this is written. Nothing, blah, 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 blah. Deal with it.
It's not like that. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, so like us on the Facebooks and the Twitters and the YouTubes and the likes and the subscribes, please. Comments are, I read every single one. But that's okay.
I do. I actually, please comment, and especially if you have a negative thing to say about our videos. I'm cool if you click dislike. I get it. You didn't like it. Not all of it. Not all us is for most people. We're not for most people at all. But if you actually do have something you don't like, we'll talk about it. All right? Okay, cool. So, I'm going to give you a non-spoilery synopsis, and then he's going to start on his negatives. I'll do my negatives too, and then we're going to do positives, and then we're going to give you a tailorized review between 0 and 10.
Sounds good. Let's light this candle.
3 billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri is about a town, Ebbing, Missouri, essentially, and it's Frances McDormand plays a chick whose child or daughter was killed, and she's frustrated with how the cops haven't solved the murder, so she takes out 3 billboards outside the town about saying, like, hey, why haven't you solved it? I'm going to paraphrase.
Yeah, and basically they say,
yeah, take care of it. And the movie's about the town dealing with her, and her dealing with the cops in the town, and that's about it. It's almost like...
Well, she calls out the sheriff of the town directly with the
calls out the sheriff, So it's pretty much about that. There isn't there's a lot that happens, but it's not like it's a murder mystery, kind of, but it's more or less about this town. And here we go. Negatives.
There's this really shitty CGI deer in the movie. It's bar none my biggest negative. It's so bad.
It didn't bug me that much.
So bad.
We went and watched Justice League, and it's still better CGI than Justice League.
I don't know, dude.
Dude, that deer looks better than Steppenwolf.
That deer looked exactly like how Clark Kent looked in that cornfield.
Stop it. There's a cat on the table.
There's the same lighting problem. It was bullshit.
Go get it.
But that, how hard is it to get a deer and just fucking put it on camera?
Like animal cruelty and shit.
Fucking train the deer.
Oh, we can shoot him. We can't train him. I'm kidding. I don't know.
There's one bit of CGI in this movie that we can tell.
Yeah, there's probably
it's glaringly obvious. There's probably a
bit
when there's fire.
Yeah,
but where that deer is just so bad. I couldn't tell if any of the fire was CGI, but that deer was god awful. So bad.
Okay. My negative's gonna go with. It's funny because I'm gonna bring it up in a positive too, and it's gonna go with writing. I actually think a lot of the writing was actually good, and this is the writing was also done by Martin McDonagh, directing too. But I feel like, besides Frances McDormand, I don't really like the female writing for the female characters in this. A lot of them are pretty...
There were only really 2 female characters.
No, yeah, but the side characters mostly the side female characters like the chick who works at the advertising, and then like the girlfriend. I don't know. I just didn't like the writing. I don't know. Okay, it bugged me.
Yeah, a lot of two-dimensional female characters.
Yeah, and just like I almost disliked it more because there was one line where I was like, people don't talk like that, and then they said that she was like quoting something. I was like, okay, that's better. But I mean, I'm nitpicking like motherfucker. That's kind of all I could think of. I didn't really care about the CGI deer. It didn't bug me as much. But
I also don't like it when you plunk. I mentioned this to you in the theater. I don't like it when they plunk a random foreign character in a situation that makes no sense for them. Like
Small town Missouri,
random Australian girl.
Yeah, they would at least. Somebody would say something about it.
Oh, hey, you have an accent. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm from Australia. I moved here when I was 17. And then they'd be like, okay.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I really don't have a lot of other negatives. Even though we haven't seen it yet, I know that, we don't have it time tested, but I'm pretty sure this movie isn't going to stand the test of time for me of being able to watch it over and over and over again. And that's a very small negative, but it's why I'm not going to be giving this a 10 out of 10, I feel like the overall tone of the movie being really good is going to just be grating on you to see multiple times, I think. And especially, like, I don't think I would be able to get certain people, like my wife or a couple other people, to sit through this movie just because it is kind of really on the dark side. But that's it. That's not really negative to me. I'm just explaining why I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10. That's probably it. Okay. Are you good?
Yeah, positive.
Wow, well, that was the quickest negatives ever. We got through it in 5 minutes. That's not fast. We're so bad at this. Go!
Sudden violence. Martin McDonagh does this thing really well, where like a scene's going completely normal, and all of a sudden, bam! Somebody's head explodes.
If you don't want to see us bullet on Martin McDonagh, you're doing this wrong, because that's what we're going to do for the next couple minutes.
Lieutenant of Inishmore, there's a fucking cat on the countertop that the guy just shoots for no reason, and it explodes because it's not his cat.
That's in a play, not in the movie.
Yeah.
Yes, in one of Martin McDonagh's plays.
Like, this is how he works, and I love it!
There's a scene in here where, I'm not going to say which character, but there's a character who's going through cancer, and he spits up blood on another character.
In the middle of a line.
In the middle of a line, in the middle of a scene, and it changes. It's one of the most abrupt tonal changes I've ever seen, and it blew my fucking mind.
And both of the characters go through such a shift.
Yeah.
In that
The whole scene goes whoop, and it was like so sudden, yet organic.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Like the characters within themselves go through a shift, and then there's a power dynamic shift.
Yeah.
Where it's like the one character had the power, now the other character has the power. It's ridiculous.
And if that was like the only scene like that, that'd be one thing. But a lot of these scenes just do that, where they're so powerful. And I gotta talk about the direction. And I know I'm assuming you're gonna talk about sound. And if you're not,
I wasn't going to.
Oh, all right. Well, then I'll bring up sound really quick. I like the sound.
I don't have any complaints.
Like the opening scene is wordless for 2-3 minutes. It's her driving down, seeing the billboards, and making the decision. And besides Frances McDormand's fucking brilliant acting, which made that scene even work, but there's these little subtle sounds of her tapping the fucking steering wheel and going through and writing stuff down, and you just hear everything, and it made that scene so personal. And if it wasn't only her acting that did it, it was the sound that did it too.
I will say I wasn't in love with the soundtrack.
Yeah.
It was unobtrusive. It was very unobtrusive.
There was a couple times I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, there were some atmospheric moments. There are positive moments in the soundtrack, but I didn't like the beginning, and I didn't like the ending songs.
Yeah.
I hate country music.
I liked them both. But I hate country music, but when it fits so well with the tone.
Yeah, I suppose, but I feel like there could have been better choices.
So, alright, so let's keep jerking up Martin McDonagh.
Sure.
There's a tracking shot in this movie, which I'm not going to ruin.
No.
But, fuck.
How did they pull it off?
Yeah, it's insanity how good this shot is. From a technical standpoint, let alone just how good it looks. But from a technical standpoint, it is nuts. And it involves, like, breaking a window, walking up steps, and then I'm going to ruin it a little bit. One character going from one floor to another floor on the outside of the building, and then the guy slowly walking back down, and that actor's downstairs with new makeup on, and it's all in 1 minute, and it was the same actor both times, no cuts. Holy shit. Nightmare.
And again,
that scene was a nightmare.
That's also a sudden violence scene, because he has to walk through a window, which he's just broken, go up a flight of stairs, punch a guy in the face, causing him to bleed profusely, which you see before him going out the window.
Yeah, and then it goes back down.
Man.
So what I love about this scene is, because of the makeup, because of this, because of that, because there's a couple actors involved, and a couple more actors actually involved, that it probably took quite a lot to get through, but they broke a window at the beginning.
Two windows.
Two windows. So they would have had to keep replacing those windows to shoot it again, clean up all the God damn!
I would be super
nightmare.
Impressed. I would be super impressed if they did that in under 10 takes.
Oh, I would be impressed if they did it in under a week.
If
they did that in a day, it would blow my mind.
Knowing film shoots, they did a shit ton of rehearsals before they broke a single window.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying 20 is
They
probably
got it down perfectly before makeup.
Exactly. I would say that 10 would probably be a lot.
That's not, again, that's not the only scene where, and not even tracking, but like direction, there's a really intimate moment between two characters in a bathroom. And, one of those great mirror shots, and the camera's usually tilted so you know that they can't see. No, man, I see the back of this guy's ear and his shoulder, and I see the window or the mirror, and I don't see the camera behind. How the fuck did they get that shot?
You'd be surprised at how many movies where you don't notice that kind of thing.
Yeah, and it was gorgeous. And not only was I just blown away technically, but that shot needed to be there that close. It needed to be exactly like that so you can feel the intimacy of these two grown men having a really intimate moment. Not sexually intimate, but intimate moment.
In grief.
Thank you. And that camera had to be that intrusive. It had to be there. And it just pulled off so well.
Yeah. One thing that I can say that's a negative about this movie. They tried really hard to make Woody Harrelson a likable character, and they didn't really succeed. I didn't really care.
Okay.
I still don't like Woody Harrelson.
I think that's your opinion. I actually loved Woody Harrelson in this. But I don't think this is his best performance or anything.
He was okay in performance, for sure.
Yeah, but also, you gotta hold people like him to a higher standard at this point, because we've been proved that Woody Harrelson has fucking chops. And so that's why I agree with you, he's as good as he always is, but he didn't blow up.
He wasn't super likable.
Yeah, he wasn't likable.
They tried to make him likable.
That's another thing that I'm gonna throw with positives is, I don't think they give a fuck if you like this main character. Mildred, Frances McDormand's character. I don't think this movie gives two fucks of your opinion about her. And I loved that.
I don't know. I think you're supposed to sympathize with her.
She's crazy.
Yeah.
She's fucking batshit.
No.
She does some crazy shit.
She's grieving.
Yeah, I get that. But fuck. She does some crazy shit in this movie.
She doesn't do anything that's not warranted, though.
I'm not, spoiler reasons, I'm not going to debate you right now, but I do disagree. But spoiler reasons why I'm not going to. You want to talk performances super quick?
Yeah, let's talk about Red Willie.
Yeah, Caleb Landry Jones,
who was
in Get Out, and he's a weird, creepy brother in Get Out.
And I think he's Banshee in X-Men First Class. I'm pretty sure.
I blanked that movie out of my head. I don't really like X-Men movies.
He was good. Liked him a lot. His character.
His
character had a surprising amount of depth for how he's introduced.
He does a lot of that. I like that actor, but he definitely has a shtick. He definitely does, the way he talks, the way he moves, and he's got a lot. But especially with the end, there's character development, or there's character arcs for almost every character, and he's not even one of the most important characters. Probably rank him down like number 5, but he's got a really decent arc.
You know who doesn't have an arc that should? Her son.
Yeah, he doesn't have an arc either. I was just thinking he doesn't have one. I mean, not either. He doesn't have one. Excuse me.
Every other character.
Dixon, played by the great Sam Rockwell. Honestly, top 3 favorite actors of all time. I don't think most talented actors of all time. He's definitely talented. I don't think he's like top 3 most talented, but definitely one of my top 3 favorite. I love him and everything he's done. give him a southern accent, and I love him even more. And his character, again with unapologetic, this movie, even though he's kind of has a really good turn, this movie don't care how you feel about him. And I love that. It's so unapologetic, like this is a actual real person. He's got massive flaws, and at the end he kind of turns around. I'm not going to give away spoilers.
Let's talk about French endings for a second.
French endings,
yeah,
sure.
Where there's a completely ambiguous ending where you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
There's something hinted at. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. All right, keep going with the
Yeah, the ending was great for that reason. I love the ending. I wish it could have... I thought it was going to end a couple minutes before, but they still did end it before they went past the crossroads. I was like, okay, leave this open, end it now. And they're like, still did leave it open. They just waited a little bit longer to do another couple cool scenes.
There's a knockoff Margot Robbie in this movie named Abby Cornish.
Yep. No, not Abby Cornish.
No, she's
that's the wife.
Right. Yeah. What was Abby Cornish? She was the 19-year-old girlfriend, though. You'll know what I'm talking about if you watch the movie.
And not Angela. Angela's the daughter. Penelope. Samara Weaving. Sorry, I look at my phone during these reviews. She's kind of a knockout Margot Robbie. She still kind of killed it on one of the scenes. Yeah. She was actually really good on one scene.
Yeah, that was me. I was reading a book about polo.
Polio. I'm glad I brought this, thought about this. Clark Peters is an actor who's in The Wire and also in Treme. He's Big Chief in Treme. One of the Mardi Gras Indians in Treme. But anyways, he comes in. I'm just glad he's getting work. These actors from The Wire are just so damn good. I want, or some of them. I definitely want them to have careers. All right, I'm kind of good. Oh yeah, Clark Hawkes or John Hawkes as Charlie. John Hawkes is usually really good. He's the husband. It's I wouldn't say throwaway role, but it's a rather small role. But he's still pretty good in it. All right, I don't need to read off everybody. No, almost everyone's.
Frances McDormand's top of form as always.
Yeah,
she fucking killed it.
Okay, fuck. Let's end this.
Alright, I gave this movie 8 out of 10 gingers getting thrown out of windows.
8 out of 10. I almost gave it 8 out of 10, but because of that rewatchability and because
Which is something I usually harp on.
Yeah, but I noticed it more this time, and I wish because you harped on me about Baby Driver, and you were right. I probably shouldn't have given it as high as I did, because I'm probably not going, so now I'm thinking about it more. I'm giving it 7.5 cereal boxes out of 10. It would have been 8, but I crossed out, so it's half.
Look at this fucking baby with the Rice Krispies in his hair.
Well, also, the next scene, there was Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
So I was like, how many more are they going to do?
Well, and her dad, his dad called
said Fruit Loops,
Boy.
even though it wasn't Fruit Loops.
But let's talk about rewatchability for a second, since you brought it up. This movie, I gave it an 8 out of 10, and I stand by that. I really think it deserves an 8 out of 10. Will I rewatch it? Yes, I'm going to buy it.
I'm gonna show people it.
Right.
I'm gonna buy it and show my brother.
I'm not gonna sit and watch it by myself. This movie doesn't have a ton of rewatchability just for the sake of rewatching it, but I will rewatch it with somebody who hasn't seen it before.
I'm definitely saying
I won't be like butthurt about it.
I'm definitely going to say this is on the caliber of his other big movies of In Bruges, and even better in Seven Psychopaths, which I'm a huge I love Seven Psychopaths. I'm a big defender of that movie because it's rather underrated, but I do think this is better.
Yeah.
Mostly Frances McDormand's performance.
If you like reading plays, read The Pillow Man by Martin McDonagh.
Pillow Man?
I love that play, yes.
Pillow Man.
Dystopian story about, trying to solve murders and stuff. It's great.
Okay. Talk to you guys later. You, have fun and a good Christmas,
Watch our review of Blade Runner.
Yeah, watch our review of Blade Runner.